All right, all right. Well, hey, friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. If y'all will let me know that you can hear me okay. Let that thing turn all the way down there. Got a couple folks coming in. Charles Career, hey, how you doing? OCC, good evening from Michigan. Hey, appreciate you joining us tonight. Bill Lancaster, hey, Bill. Um, Appreciate you joining us. Tom Ellington, Tater Road, Berkshire said we can hear you. I appreciate that, Tom. Mrs. JP and the Bulldogs. Hey, Mrs. JP, how y'all doing? Can't wait for the market. Us neither. We are so ready to get out and get to the market, see everybody again, and just be outside where it's a little warm. Of course, now July we'll be sweating it. About 8 o'clock in the morning. We're out there setting those markets up and getting ready to go, and it's hotter than blue blazes. So, but yeah, we're ready to get back out. We're ready to see folks and get the markets going. So, we're waiting on a few folks to come in, but appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We're going to talk a little bit of farming here. Talk about some things going on at the farm. And then we're going to have a special appearance by Lamb Chop, our new baby lamb. We're gonna bring her in here, and we'll let everybody have a look at Lamb Chop. So excited to show her off a little bit. She's doing great. Matteo, do you do any big dairy farm? Do you have any big dairy farmers near you? Yeah. So down in Julian, which is about 15 minutes from here, is Homeland Creamery. Those guys, that's a big dairy farm down there. They've got an own farm store and sell right off their farm, right there at Homeland. Best chocolate milk you'll ever drink. That stuff really should come with an addiction recovery plan. It is absolutely phenomenal. All their milk that's the only place we buy milk is from Homeland. Great ice cream. Super folks down there. Texas 2A. Appreciate you joining us. Hey Todd. Morning, Todd. Todd, man, it's evening. It's evening, man. Wake up. Vito, hey Vito, appreciate you joining us. Doing great. Lamb's doing good. We're gonna bring her in here in a few minutes and let everybody have a look at Miss Lamb Chop and show her off a little bit. We took her down today and tried to get her to latch back on to mom, and neither she nor mom, either one, were having anything to do with that. So, you know, we'll just keep bottle feeding. We'll care for her. We'll take care of best we can and see how she does, and we're just keep plugging right along. Mike Griffin, appreciate you joining us. Best of YouTube, man. I don't know about that, but we sure try. We sure enjoy getting on YouTube and sharing the videos and letting folks know what all we got going on and all that kind of thing. It's been great. It's been super for us just to document what we've got going on and document our experiences here. It's really nice. We come back a year later and look and see, hey, we were doing this last year, and it's kind of amazing at how things change and how things evolve over time, and really pretty quickly sometimes. So, Murph Games, got my first egg layers ever 2 days ago. Awesome, man. That is fantastic. 15 leghorns. Love leghorns. They can be a little flighty, but they're good birds. They lay a ton of eggs. We've got. I know we got a handful of leghorns, and good birds. They do really well. Local places have zero Cornish cross for broilers. Yeah, we've looked at a couple of local places, Tractor Supply, Rural King, some of those kind of places, and nobody here locally seems to have any Cornish broilers in stock. We have ordered from our normal hatchery, Freedom Ranger hatchery, up in Pennsylvania. Got our first group of those birds in about 2 weeks ago now, and they're in the brooder doing really well, so those birds are doing good. Matteo, do you feed your pigs leftover fruits? If we have some, yeah, we'll feed the pigs a little bit of leftovers out of the kitchen. Typically don't feed them any meat, and especially don't feed them any meat in any bulk. Every once in a while we'll clean out the refrigerator, and there may be a little, something that's got some meat product in there, we'll feed to them. But yeah, we feed them veggies, especially in the summertime, excess stuff out of the garden, stuff that we're tossing out, that kind of thing. We'll feed that to the pigs, the chickens, and they absolutely love it. But we don't feed them any meats. But yeah, we do feed them leftover fruits. Please share where the market is for us out of towners. Yeah, so we're going to be doing 3 markets this year. Our primary market is the High Point Farmers Market. That's on Saturday mornings from 8:30 to 1 o'clock, and that's in the parking lot of the public library in downtown High Point. I think it's 901 North Main Street. Also on Saturday, we're going to be doing another market in Clemens, which is out west of Winston-Salem. We do that in the front yard there of the YMCA, the Jerry Long YMCA. Don't know the street address right offhand, but we do that market. And then new this year, kind of new, but not really new. We done it a couple of years ago, but there's been some changes. We're going to be doing farmers market at the Oak Ridge Military Academy up in Oak Ridge, North Carolina, which is about 25 minutes north of us. Great neighborhood up there. So we're excited. They're firing that market back up. They closed it down last year, but they're firing it back up this year. So we're super excited to be going back up there. Those are the 3 markets that we've got planned right now. Don't anticipate picking up another one just for time. It's me and Sandra, and just to do markets and do chores and do everything that needs to be done around here. It's a crunch on our time, so we'll keep working through that. But yeah, those are the 3 markets that we've got planned for 2020 right now. So excited to get those up and going. I think the first market starts somewhere around April 17, maybe somewhere around April 17. We've got a big calendar. Let me see if I can turn this thing around. We've got a big calendar over here on the wall. This thing is 8 feet long. There's a light there. That thing is 8 feet long. And we've got all of our dates for markets, classes, tours, processing dates. That is the that is the farm master calendar for what's happening down here at Sheraton Park Farm. So Sandra and I just kept running all over each other on dates when we were trying to get stuff scheduled, and we decided we need a central repository to put everything. Translation: Chuck can't remember where he's supposed to be, so Sandra said we're getting a calendar. Let's see what else we got going on. Bill Lancaster, heard chocolate milk comes from brown cows. I believe it does. Yeah. There was a study a couple of years ago. There was a certain percentage of folks that actually believe that. That's how in touch we are with our food nowadays. Outdoors of Eden. I know that you have the cover on your turkey breeder. We do, but was wondering how high can they jump, because I don't know if I want a lid on my brooder. It's inside and 2 feet high. So yeah, turkeys will, once they get a little bit of age on them, they will start to jump. You'll open that lid up and they'll fly out, but we do keep a lid on it. Once they move out into the tractor, that's not that big of a deal. It's not a problem, but yeah, you put you a little cover on there, and then whenever you're going to be going in and servicing your brooders, changing feed and water and that kind of thing, if you'll just drape your a quilt or a blanket or something down over half of that while you're working on one side, changing out your water, whatever, then switch that over. That keeps them from jumping out and causing a big mess and that kind of thing. And then you got to chase turkeys all over around the barn and down on your hands and knees, and it's a mess. Ask me how I know. Murph Games, do you have any advice for a noob farmer as far as how many different types of animals? I don't want to get in over my head too quick. Yeah, so the thing I would recommend is don't do what we done. Start with one species and one species only. Start with chickens and learn chickens. Get comfortable with chickens, managing chickens, recognizing issues, health problems, feed, water. Learn all that stuff on one species. It can be pigs, it can be chickens, it can be sheep, it can be cattle, whatever, but just pick a species and concentrate on that first. Once you get comfortable with that, then move on to a second one. Once you get comfortable with that, then move on to another one. We took on too much too fast early on. I think we're probably still paying some of the tax on trying to do too much too fast. But yeah, just pick a species and go with it, and just see how that works out. Ed Cyperian, $49.99 super chat. Ed, thank you so much. Got your email today. Have not had a chance to respond to that, but I will respond to your email whenever we get done here. Thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, we will try to schedule a time for you to come out to the farm, check everything out. Would love to have you. Be excited to hear about some of the challenges that you guys have got where you are in terms of trying to farm in your climate and your location. So, but thank you again so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate that. Thanks a bunch. Willow Cove Croft. I stumbled on some feeder pigs today and went for 4, came home with 6. It's like chicken math, isn't it? Yeah, you go to Tractor Supply to get 10 chickens. While you're there, you decide to get 15 and you come home with 30. So I totally get that. Never owned a pig. Keep the videos coming. You've inspired me to believe I can do this. Howdy from Eastern North Carolina. Appreciate you joining us. Absolutely, you can do it. Pigs are wonderful animals. You just got to try it. You know, you just got to get you some animals, make some good decisions, make sure you got good fence, feed, and water, and go for it. That's the way you learn. Lots of good videos, not just mine. There's a lot of good guys out there that are doing a lot of really great stuff that will help you pick up on some clues on how to be successful. So check out Troy McClung over at Red Tool House. Check out Jordan Green at Farm Builder. They've got some great advice, some good stuff going on there. So yeah, you absolutely can do it. North Carolina Mountain Mama Way, you're going to have a busy year. Yeah, we are going to have a busy year, and we're excited about it. We've got the 3 markets coming up every week. We've got some classes going on here at the farm. We got some formal tours planned here at the farm. So we're just super excited about this year. We think it's going to be 2020 was our best year ever. We more than doubled what we had done in 2019, and we're looking for 2021 to be even better than last year. So we're going in with a positive attitude, and we think we're going to have a bang up year. We're praying for a bang up year. Heaven Dezoo, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hello, your videos have been informative as we've been building our mobile layer shelter. Awesome, good stuff. You inspired me to make YouTube videos. Good deal. Yeah, YouTube is a great. And I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Dezoo, not sure. Sorry if I butchered your name there, but yeah, YouTube is a great platform, good way to get your information out there, to share with folks what you got going on your farm, on your homestead. We started out doing videos just to encourage our regular retail customers to see what's going on the farm, see how their food's being raised, and so it's been a great platform for that. And then it's grown. You know, we had some folks out here to the farm today that wanted to come out and check out the farm and talk a little bit about some things that they're trying to get started. They're kind of transitioning from more of a homestead model to more of a farming model. So, you know, I've always said that the feeling, the reward for us in what we do every week at those markets is coming home, looking at our results for the day, and knowing that over the course of the next week, you know, we're going to feed 50, 60, 70 families, whatever that number ends up being. Now it's kind of transitioning, and we're getting a new reward in that we're able to help new farmers, folks that are trying to get started, folks that have been farming, and you know, we're sharing some stuff that they're putting into practice that's been beneficial for them, and they're being successful. So that is becoming a new reward for us that we never expected to get that whenever we started the YouTube thing. So we hope that we're encouraging folks. We hope we're giving you good advice, and we sure hope that you're being successful on your farm. And if there's ever any way we can help y'all out, we certainly would be honored to do that. So good stuff. Glad you got your farm up and going. That is awesome. Again, Ed, thank you so much. Appreciate the $49.99 super chat. That's very generous of you. The Reef Robber, hello from Oregon. Hey, appreciate you joining us tonight. Thanks for joining us from way out west. Pigs are easy. Yeah, once you kind of get them dialed in and you got a little bit of experience, pigs are super easy. They're fun animals to care for. Bill Lancaster chasing chickens builds legs. Yes, it does. On you and the chickens. They will wear you out. We were out chasing chickens tonight, trying to get them run in this new Eggmobile 2.0. And we ran them in last night. Took about an hour and 15 minutes, much quicker than I think Sandra and I got them knocked in about 45 minutes. So that was much, much better. Heaven says I got the name right. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, sorry if I butchered your name. I certainly do apologize. Dylan Buchanan, what camera equipment do you use for the vlog? So started out just using my iPhone and used my iPhone for, gosh, probably exclusively for 6 or 7 months. Bought a cheap little old action camera. It didn't last very long. And then finally, the last thing I bought one of these. This is a DJI Osmo Action Cam. I use this now for about 90% of what I do. I still use my iPhone for some stuff, but this is about 90% of what I film with now. It's just this little DJI Osmo action camera. Works great, 4K. A lot of cool features on this. Love it, love it. It's a great little camera. North Carolina Mountain Mama, my gilts are about 9 months old. Want to try AI? What are some signs that they are in heat? So typically they'll start to become a little bit more aggressive. They'll start rooting around, nosing around on some of your other pigs' undercarriage. They may try mounting one another. Get some boar spray. You can find some of that on eBay. I will try to find a link to that and drop it in the comments to this video, so you can come back and check it out a little later on. A little bit of boar spray. You can spray them about an inch from the snout. They'll typically go into standing heat. Swollen vulva. Those are just some typical signs. And then when you notice that, mark that on a calendar, and then march out about 3 weeks, and then go back and reevaluate. If you see those same signs again, those are the signs of heat in your pig. They're usually very, very similar. Some pigs will be a little bit different than others, but your signs of heat: standing like a statue, a little bit aggressive, trying to mount other pigs, rooting around on their undercarriage, and that kind of thing. So a couple different signs that you can kind of keep your eyes open for on that. Charles, do you guys heard complaints about big meat industries complaining about losing market shares to the little grower? What would your answer be to them? I ask because we hear stuff. No, I've not. So I've not heard that. Have not heard any kind of complaints about from the big meat guys talking about losing market share, to some little old guy that's on 32 acres in Greensboro, North Carolina. But I think that there is a little bit of a food tsunami that's coming, a little bit of a food tsunami that we're maybe even in the middle of now. We're seeing a lot more folks interested in local meat, local food, where their food comes from, how that food is grown. And we see that the big guys are taking notice of that because of like this recent, was it Purdue that bought Pasture Bird out in California? A lot of greenwashing by these companies. What I would say is that, we're just trying to provide an alternative. There are folks that are more conscious about where their food comes from, how it's grown, knowing their farmer, being able to go visit their food, know where their food is actually grown at, know that their food is not being bathed in diesel fuel because it's grown in Arkansas, shipped to North Carolina to be processed, and then shipped back to Arkansas for sale. So, that would be my thing. We're just trying to provide an alternative choice for folks that are looking for something different than the industrial food system. So that would be my response if someone asked me that question. What are you guys going to do with the old retired chicken coop? I had somebody reach out the other night and say that they would be interested in that thing. I would be afraid to. I wouldn't sell it, and I would be afraid to give it to somebody. The way I built that thing would not meet any kind of code enforcement, particularly chicken code enforcement whatsoever. That thing's built on an old cotton trailer. When you would pull it across the pasture, you could see the actual structure sway on the frame the way that we had that thing built. So I'm going to keep it. Was thinking yesterday about maybe even leaving the roof on it, but taking all the walls off, putting it out in the field, leaving maybe the roosts on, and using that as some kind of turkey structure or something for our pasture turkeys to be able to go up and in, and not use the Muskogee style chicken tractor. So that may be what we do with that. I'm not 100% convinced yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing is transitioning it over for some other kind of use. Willow Cove. Oh, let's see. Living a Rogue Life. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for jumping on tonight. Willow Cove Croft, that's cool. I have a DJI Osmo Mini, and now the drone. DJI is fantastic. Yeah, I've been super pleased with this one. It works great. Love the quality. A lot of options. The audio on it is really, really good. Of course, I do use an external mic, but the audio is good. So yeah, I've been pleased with the DJI. Living a Rogue Life. Let's see. What do I think of meat rabbits? Oh, man, rabbits are great. I think rabbits are great. I couldn't do them. The dispatching of the rabbit is just something I don't think I could. I just don't. I can't hit a bunny on the head. I can cut a chicken's throat, but I can't hit a bunny on the head. But I think meat rabbits are profitable. I know some folks that do meat rabbits. They do really well with them. Um, Good product. I mean, yeah, I think meat rabbits. I think there's value there. There's definitely room in the market for that product. Living a rogue life. Love your videos. Very informative, but the lack of sound drives me nuts. I don't know what to do on that. I've got an external mic. I've got an external recorder. Sometimes we'll use the external recorder. So not sure what the issue is, but we work hard to try to keep the audio in check. So we'll keep working on it and see if we can kind of get it figured out. Seven Stands Farm, running late, been delivering goats. Man, none of those goats are coming to this farm. I'm putting my foot. Sauter's in the living room screaming. Yes, they are. Um, no, we're not. We're not doing baby goats at this house. But anyway, um, you're welcome, Charles. Appreciate that. JP Lawnsmore, man, appreciate you joining us. Your wife jumped in there a minute ago, said hello. So glad you're here. Willow Cove, have a ton of Smithfield farms. Y'all are down near Kinston. Yep, familiar with the Lenore County area. Bought out by a Japanese company, drives my Marine husband up a wall. I was thinking that they were bought out by a Chinese company, but there certainly could be some farms that have been bought by some Japanese folks down there. But yeah, I mean, that locally grown, locally owned, locally produced food. You know, we all need to be supporting these local farmers. Not just me. No matter where you're at, there are farms in your neighborhood that you probably don't know about. Just start going to these markets, doing your Google searches, looking on Facebook, find some of these local guys, and reach out and support them. Go buy a pack of ground beef, dozen eggs, whatever the case may be. You have no idea how much that helps for somebody to come and spend 20 or 30 bucks with us at a market on Saturday. So go check those folks out. North Carolina Mountain Mama OCC has meat rabbits. Maybe you guys can hook up and talk a little bit more about them. JP hit 500. Man, that's awesome. Fantastic. Man, you're the live stream king, dude. I mean, you're live streaming at least I know every Saturday night, most Sunday nights. I mean, I see your live streams popping up all the time. Just sometimes I have a chance to jump on, sometimes not. But congratulations. Keep pounding away, man. It'll come. It will come. You've got a great channel, got a lot of stuff going on. Those of you that don't know JP Lawns and More, JP and his wife Kate, good friends of ours. They live here in the Triad, real close to us. JP's got a YouTube channel, does a lot of gold prospecting, a lot of coin stuff. Really cool guy. A lot of neat stuff that those guys are doing. So if you get a chance, yeah, every Saturday night at 9, the bar is open. So if you get a chance, go over and show JP a little bit of love and visit his channel and check those guys out. Chris Tillman turned into a shade trailer for the pigs. Yeah, that's another thought that we've been thinking about is maybe extending that roof out. I've got some shade cloth that my in-laws gave us that used to be over their patio. So we've thought about cutting some of that. It's a big piece, cutting some of that, putting it over, taking the walls off, putting that over the rafters and creating a mobile shade structure. I've got another trailer out here that we've talked about doing that on as well. So I am going to need some shade structures, especially this summer. We're going to be out in some pretty open pasture, and we're going to need some extra shade for those piggies. But yeah, that's a great idea. Viking Patriot, good dog food. Outdoors of Eden, just a few acres farm, does the same thing. He has a trailer with roost and has his turkeys on pasture. Yeah, so yeah, Pete's got, I think it's like a little 5x8 landscaping trailer that he uses. Same kind of thing. And that's sort of where I got the idea is just maybe use those roosts, give the turkeys that little trailer and let them have that instead of trying to pull that Siscovich thing around. Would give them the opportunity to roost. They can't do that with that Siscovich tractor that we've been doing. I think he means the lack of music. Seven Stands Farm. No, Jamie, they're not. No goats here. Chris Tillman, your sound is fine. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback on that. Jamie saying so y'all don't know Jamie Miles, Seven Stands Farm, a lot of goat stuff. I talked Jamie into pigs, so he probably feels like he owes me for that. He and my wife are working some kind of deal on some bottle baby goats. I am opposed. For the record, y'all are witnessing it right now. I am opposed to the baby bottle goats. But apparently they're working something out. So I'm trying to step in the middle of that and keep that from happening. So anyway, all right, JP. Yeah, the bar's open every Saturday night at 9. Yeah, go check out JP. Chris Tillman Family Farms. Chris is on here tonight. Chris is down in Georgia. They do a lot of pig stuff. They got some chickens. He was doing a sawmill video the other day. Had a guy come down and cut some stuff for him on his property with a sawmill. Go check out Chris. All these guys are super folks. Got good YouTube channels. Do a lot of similar kind of stuff that we do. So go show them a little bit of love and check their channels out as well, and see what they got. See what they got going on there. Army Mobility Officer, North Alabama, getting 3 to 4 feeder pigs in 2 to 3 weeks. Any suggestions on feeders? Yeah, my personal preference. Get yourself a good mixed breed farm mutt pig. If you're going to do a cross, I like a Berkshire Duroc cross. Both of those have been really good for us. Get you a good mutt pig. Go to the farm, check out all the piglets, look and see how those pigs are being raised. Ask about what their feed regimen's been, if they've been wormed, and just check those pigs out. Look at the sow if you can, see what her body conformation looks like. You want a nice tight top line. Make sure that she's nice and flat across the top. Widen the front. Hams will take care of themselves typically, and then just start feeding them and keep them on pasture, keep them moving around. Pigs are super easy animals. Just keep just keep an eye on them. Watch them feed, food, water, fence. Make sure they got those 3 components, and they should be good to go. Homegrown wife, good evening. Appreciate you joining us. My name isn't Ryan. Have you thought about dog panties for your new lamb? We do have some preemie diapers that we've been using so far. That seems to be working out pretty good. But dog panties, no, I hadn't seen those. We can check those out. Willow Cove Croft, I will change a baby goat for a lamb. Your lambs are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll get Miss Lamb Chop in here in just a minute. I think she's in there taking a bottle right now. Homegrown wife, we're putting up our farrowing pens, so in a bit late. No problem. Appreciate you joining us. Glad you got. When are you guys expecting? We're expecting in the next 13, 14 days. When are you guys expecting to start farrowing? Outdoors of Eden, working on a Soskovich chicken tractor right now, using wooden trusses and corrugated roofing. Sounds good. Be careful on your weight. That corrugated roofing may get a little bit heavy whenever you start moving it around, but give it a try. See how it works out. Those of you that may be generally close to us here in Central North Carolina, done a video the other day. A friend of mine, a guy I work with, his son built us a Soskovich style tractor using some 1-inch conduit, welded joints. His name is Michael. Go over and check that video out. If you're in the Central North Carolina area, you're interested in one of those tractors, give Michael a shout. We've got our turkeys in it right now. Seems to be working out really good. Lightweight. He'll put the wire on. He'll leave the wire off. He'll give you just the frame, however you want to do it. Lightweight, easy to move. So far, I've been very pleased with it. So those, we're excited about those and putting those to use. Bill Lancaster, how many acres do you truly need to start a pig farm? Man, it kind of depends on how many pigs you want. If you're doing just 2 pigs, you're going to raise out 2 pigs, or I recommend 3. 1 for yourself and then 2 to sell. That way you'll end up getting yours for free. I recommend 3. If you're going to do 3, man, you could manage 3 on just a couple acres. 2.5 acres without any problem. I would think. On the flip side, if you're going to do 100, you're probably going to need 80 or 90 acres to do that amount of pigs on. So I think it just depends on how many pigs you want to do. What kind of land you're working with. If you're just on a flat, sandy piece of ground without any woods, that certainly could come into play. You may need a little more space. If you're in a thick, deep wooded area, you probably can run more pigs on a smaller area. So it just kind of depends on a number of different factors. But if you're doing 3, there's no reason you couldn't do 3 pigs on just a couple acres without any problem at all. Todd, are you going to try to put your new baby on another mama, or do you think that will be too hard? So we went down today. We took Lamb Chop down today and tried to put her back on her mom. And her mom just didn't have any interest. There were a couple of other ewes that would come up and sniff her, check her out, and they just nobody really had any interest in her. I talked to Jamie at Seven Stands yesterday morning. He talked about kind of putting one of those other ewes in a stanchion, seeing if we could get that baby to graft on. I don't have a head stanchion or a milking stand to put one of those ewes in. So we may try a little bit more tomorrow. We've just not had any luck with it so far. The bottle thing's working. I know that's a huge time commitment, but we're going to keep trying to do that. And then we may transition and try to get that thing to graft back onto one of the other ewes and see how that goes. So we'll see how it goes, and it may work, it may not. OCC, what do you think is the most important trait when picking a sow? So a couple things. First off, you want to see what the mama looks like. Look and see what the sow of the gilt that you're picking. See what she looks like. Good body conformation, good temperament, good teat count on the mama. All those are going to be inheritable traits that you're going to get on the gilt that you're picking out. You want a nice wide front. Make sure those front shoulders are nice and wide, that she's got a good stance to her. Hams will typically take care of themselves with exercise. Good top line. Make sure she's nice and flat. She's not hunchback. She's not sway back or anything like that. Take a look at teat count. You typically want to stay away from anything under about 12 teats. 14 or more is really what you're looking for. That can help, especially if you've got big litters. You want to make sure you got plenty of bar space for everybody to snuggle up and eat. Temperament, temperament is a hereditary trait. So we look for, whenever we're keeping gilts out, we typically want to keep those out from the sows that are easier to deal with, easier to manage, not very fussy. We've got little mama down here. She does get a little bit fussy whenever she's in heat, so we just try to keep her pregnant all the time, and that seems to work out good. But we kept her because beggars can't be choosers. When we were kind of starting out, she was what we had, so she's what we went with. But now some of the traits that she's got, we probably wouldn't keep very many gilts off of her just because of temperament, be it primarily. So those are a couple things that you can kind of keep your eye open and keep a lookout for, and think about whenever you're choosing your sow for breeding purposes. Tim Stutnick, when are your first gilts due to farrow? 13 days. March the 20th is when the farrowing window opens for this last group that we AI'd. The first one that we AI'd, the first one that we expect to farrow, she's getting nice and round. Her teats are really starting to mature. She's starting to bag just a little bit. Her vulva is really, really swollen. So we think that she's getting really close. So within the next 2 weeks, we should excuse me, and within the next 2 weeks we should start having some babies. Could you not build a stand using a 2x4 easily in a crate? Yeah, we probably could. I hadn't thought about that. We might be able to whip something together. I have to think on that. I can probably come up with something. So we'll see how that goes. Homegrown wife, our sow is the same way. Love her pregnant, but so ours, whenever she's in heat, she is a booger to deal with. She's grumpy. She's aggressive. She's aggressive toward the other pigs. If she's got some other pigs in the pen or in the paddock with her, she's aggressive to Big Mama. A lot of rooting. I mean, it's hard to even get over in there and feed with her. She's just a bear to deal with. So. We like her pregnant as much as we can keep her pregnant. So, all right, let me go in here and see if I can find a baby lamb. This may be a first for you too. I don't know, maybe a first for you too. A baby lamb on a live stream. So if y'all hang with me for just about 30 seconds, let me grab this thing. Oh, David's bringing it.
It's your time.
Go ahead and hand me that cup sitting in there on the end table with you, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This is lamb chop. Hey. This is lamb chop. This is let's see here. Let's tilt that thing down. This is one of our ewes, one of our female ewe lambs. She was born sometime either late Friday night or early yesterday morning. So, like I say, Sonner went down to the barn. Yesterday morning, she was getting orders together for delivery. Went down to check on everybody, and this one was outside the barn. She had wandered out of the barn, past the gate, and gotten down near a hay manger. You smell like a baby. Gotten down near the hay manger and gotten stuck between a hay manger and an extension ladder. So we picked her up, took her in, tried to put her back on Mama. Mama didn't want anything to do with her. She does have a sister. The sister is pure white. She is absolutely beautiful. But Lamb Chop here, she wouldn't latch on to Mom. Mom started headbutting her. Brought her to the house, got a little bit of colostrum replacer in her. We've been keeping her in a drinker, one of those big Tractor Supply drinkers out on the front porch with a heat lamp, some hay in there, feeding her a milk replacer every couple hours, and she's doing pretty good. I mean, she's coming along, very active. She's down and about on the living room floor. We are keeping a baby diaper on her. Yeah, cutting a little hole in it for her tail to come through there. Yeah, you're just like a worm in hot ashes, ain't you? But this is Lamb Chop. Her mother, the ewe that gave birth to her, we had a terrible time with her having a prolapse vagina, so we had put her in a prolapse sling, and that was working fine. We were kind of concerned that she would, if she gave birth at all, she might die doing it, but she gave birth. She's not prolapsed again, and Lamb Chop here and her little sister are doing good. We just had the little attachment issue here. So, can you say hello to the people? Huh? You say hello to the people? Say hello, people. All right. Thank you. So that's Lamb Chop. Oh, your hands are cold. That's Lamb Chop. So we're excited. Babies are always a wonderful thing on the farm. Hoping for a bunch of pig babies here in a few weeks. So, excuse me. All right. So, real quick, just want to mention we got a couple of farm events coming up here on the farm later on in the spring. So if you're in the Central North Carolina, posted a link to those in the chat up above. So go over and click that, check that out. If you're where you can, want to come be with us. We've got a pasture poultry processing class. The first one filled up in just a matter of a couple hours. So we've got another pasture poultry processing class coming up on June 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6. June the 6th. The 6th? Yeah. Got another pasture poultry processing class coming up on, is it June the 6th, Sandra? Yeah. June the 6th. We're going to be talking all things pasture poultry. We're going to do a pasture walk. We'll have some birds in the brood. We'll have some birds out on the field. We'll have some birds ready to go. Processing, hands-on deal. This is not a theory class. Come in, you're going to get to process some birds. Kill, scald, pluck, eviscerate, cut up, package, the whole deal. You get to take a bird home with you. We're going to do a farm-to-table meal. So if you're interested in learning how to process your own birds, come out and be with us. Again, there's a link to that in the chat up above. Also, on May the 16th, we're going to be doing a pastured pig workshop. That'll be an all-day all things pastured pig. Half day will be classroom, half day will be out in the field. We'll be talking everything from piglet selection, breeding, including artificial insemination, use of a boar, feed, fence, water, health issues, all the way through to doing a cut sheet so that you can select the proper cuts that you want to bring home and put in your freezer. We'll go out on the field. We'll have some fencing demonstrations. We'll have a training pen set up. We'll show you how we do our training pen, show you our watering systems, and hopefully we should have some piglets ready for castration. So we should be able to do a castration demonstration on that day. So big stuff going on there. Flip side, if you're just interested in coming out and taking a look at the farm, you want to bring the kids out, take some pictures of some sheep and some pigs and some chickens and all that kind of stuff. We got some farm tours lined up. Would love to have you come out and join us on some farm tours. 2-hour walking tour of Sheraton Park Farms. We'll walk around. We'll take a look at everything, answer questions, and just have a good Sunday afternoon at the farm. So again, a link to those events is in the chat. Pin that up at the top, so go check that out. Homegrown wife lamb colors. Yeah, they're gorgeous. These are kind of a blonde color with some white markings. I do have the one down there. She was black and white. We named her Oreo. Got another one that was black with a white tip on its tail. A couple of white ones. So yeah, we've had some really pretty lambs this year. So excited about that. Army Mobility Officer, I saw your video on pig waters. What are we using for feeders? So on those pigs that we're rationing feed on, our pregnant gilts, pregnant sows, our boars, we use just a standard tire feeder that a lot of folks using. Jordan Green up at Farm Builder came up with that. It's basically two links of 2x12 put together on a couple of 4x4 runners. We take a couple of old tires. We take a jigsaw, cut the sidewall out of those, and then we mount those onto that little wooden platform using some real big long lag screws. And then there's three of those on the platform, and then we just feed out of those. On my feeders, right now I'm just using an old style big round bulk feeder with the doors at the bottom. I think that thing will hold about 750, 800 pounds. That's what we're using right now. I've also got a big black plastic composite feeder. That thing leaks a little bit. I need to figure out a new cover for that. I've got one of those. It's not in service right now, but we've got a couple of bulk feeders that we use on those feeder pigs. But on the ones that are just on ration, we use tire feeders, and they work out. They work out really good. The pigs will root under those tires, and we'll pop those tires off the platform. We'll just take those lag screws out, rotate that tire a little bit, get a new spot, zip them back in, and finally, they get to where they won't hold it all. We'll just replace them with an old tire. Tire store down the road right here. I whip in there. They'll give me all the old used tires I want. They don't have to pay to haul them off, so it works out good for us. Bill, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we try to treat our animals with respect and care for them as much as we can, and not mistreat our animals, and raise them like the good Lord intended. So yeah, we try to be as humane as we can. Walnut Cove Craft. That's why you need the count. That's exactly why I need the calendar. I'm looking at it over here, but I can't see. But yeah, that's exactly why I need the calendars to know where I'm supposed to be and when I'm supposed to be there. So yeah. Homegrown wife, definitely wish we were close for the pig event. We'd love to have you talk to some folks. Well, we got some folks for the processing coming up from Georgia. Excited about that. And I had some folks register. They're showing an address in New Jersey. So I think we've got folks coming from all over the East Coast to learn how to process their own birds. So be a fun time. Get to meet some cool folks that are from some different parts of the country. Learn how to raise their own food. Army Mobility Officer, glad to answer. Yeah, anytime, any questions, just please feel free to drop those in the chat. Shoot me an email. Anytime any of y'all want to email me, Chuck at SheratonParkFarms.com. Glad to answer questions, help out any way that we can. Like I say, seeing other farms succeed is turning out to be a real reward for us. All right. Let's see. We got 51 folks in tonight. If you've got a question, please drop a question in the chat box over there. Be glad to try to answer that. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Working on a video. Should have a new video out hopefully in the morning. We're going to do a full walkthrough on our new Eggmobile 2.0. Show that off. We're going to go out and check out the pigs, see how everybody's doing out on pasture, and just kind of do a walk around the farm and show everybody sort of what we got going on right now as we're transitioning into spring. OCC, do I have any preference on meat bird breeds? Yes. So we buy the Freedom Ranger Color Yield from Freedom Ranger Hatchery. You can check them out, freedomrangerhatchery.com, I think it is, or freedomranger.com. We raise their color yield. It's a cross between a Cornish Rock and a Freedom Ranger, the Red Ranger birds. Love those birds. We grow them out in about 9 weeks. They're primarily a red bird with some white underfeathers. They work out great. We raise them out in about 9 weeks. Good texture, good flavor. And those chickens just do well here. They do well on pasture. Act like a chicken. They forage a lot. So that's been our favorite breed of chicken. Bill Lancaster, where'd you get the tea glass? So that's a turbis. I went Western Carolina University. I went to Western Carolina. So that's my tea glass. Keep that handy. Um, any preference on egg layers? No, not really. I've had a little bit of everything on egg layers. Um, Barred rocks are probably my favorite. I like the look of those birds. We also keep a lot of buff Orpingtons. We've had a lot of the red sex link or Isa Browns. We've had a lot of those over the years. You know, not really a preference. I just enjoy those chickens that get out and forage and lay plenty of eggs and keep on trucking. The thing about the hybrid breeds like the Isa Browns and the red six links, that's a 300, 330 egg per year bird. So they lay pretty steady all year long. Some of your more heritage breeds, they'll fall off in the wintertime and we get a little bit of a decrease in egg production. But I do like those birds that lay eggs, pretty consistently all year long. So they do. That would be my preference. Um, is the egg mobile finished? Yeah. So the egg mobile is pretty much finished. We got it moved out yesterday. Got our birds put in it yesterday. Got the nesting boxes mounted. Got a new ramp built. I need to build some steps for the person door on the side, and then I need to mount a couple of jacks, one on the front, one on the rear. That's a single axle trailer, so that thing is it does teeter totter quite a bit. So we need to put a couple of jacks so we can just flip up, flip down. I know what I want to get, just need to get them and get them mounted. But yeah, other than that, it's finished, and we've put it in service. There's about 214, 215 chickens in that thing right now, so it's working good. Is it really almost 10 o'clock? Their question. Todd, I'm sorry. I'm not. Sorry, I'm missing it. Is it really almost 10 p.m.? Their question. Sorry, I'm missing it. Have the best looking pigs I've seen. What's the secret? So I think the secret on our pigs is just good breeding stock. The pigs, the sows that we've got, they they came from a farm about an hour and 15 minutes up the road, and then we bred them with some Shipley swine genetics, some Duroc and some Berkshire, keeping them out on pasture. Fresh air, sunshine, regular rotation. I mean, they seem to really thrive in this environment for us. So he's looking at the clock on. Oh, I got you. Oh, my old clock. Yeah, sorry about that. Nah, that's not running. I need to get that thing fixed. Didn't know what he was saying. Let's see. Clock. Yeah, the clock behind me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you now. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's my old clock. Do I have another job besides farming? Yes, I do have another job besides farming. I work for the North Carolina Office of Emergency Medical Services. I've been a paramedic for 28 years. I work for the regulatory agency that oversees pre-hospital emergency care in North Carolina. I've been with that agency now since 2004. Yeah, so almost 17 years. I've been with them for quite a while. But last March, whenever the whole COVID thing hit, they sent us home to work from home. So I've been working from home since last March, and it's been a blessing and a curse. I've gotten 2.5 hours of my day back, because I don't have to commute. Super easy to come in and do Zoom calls, emails, conference calls, all that kind of thing. Run out, do a chore or two, come back in, catch up on email again. So in and out a lot, but been able to maintain productivity, keep a lot of stuff going on here in the farm. So it's worked out really good. But yeah, that's my off farm job that I've been able to do on farm for about a year now. All right. So guys, we've been going about 50 minutes now. If you've got a question, drop it in the chat box there, and we'll try to answer a question. Again, we've got some events coming up, so check those out. Got another video trying to put that together for first thing in the morning. Got one of my work guys texting me there. So again, we're going to be hoping to be Pharaoh in here. I've got seven see 9, let's see 8. So we got 8 pregnant pigs on farm right now. So we hope to be farrowing here in the next couple weeks. Have had a lot of questions about piglets. Are we going to have piglets available? If you're interested in piglets, shoot me your contact information, Chuck at Sheraton Park Farms, and I'll put you on the list. Don't know how many we're going to have available, but we are going to try to have a few piglets for sale. Got another group of gilts. We're going to try to get them bred, hopefully here in the next 8 weeks or so. Hopefully get them bred. So we should have some more piglets coming on later in the fall. So working to try to up our piglet production. We need some more piglets here for our for the retail side of our business. So, and then we're going to keep a few more breeders out. But yeah, if you're interested in piglets, drop me an email there, and I'll be glad to add your name on the list. And hopefully we can help get some piglets out to some folks, and help some folks out with that. So, Margaret Kamika, aloha. So enjoy watching you. It's mighty hard work in Malaho. I'm assuming you're in Hawaii. So thank you for joining us from Hawaii. That's pretty cool. Met some of the nicest folks in some of the farthest away places. I've talked to folks in Australia, New Zealand, the Swiss Alps. I mean, it's really, really cool where we've been able to meet some folks and talk to some folks from. Harry, love the channel. Todd, good job. Appreciate that. So guys, I think we're going to cut it off there. We've been going for about 50 minutes. Don't want to wear y'all out. I'm sure y'all got something else that you can watch on YouTube that's much more entertaining than me sitting here kind of rambling on. But appreciate everybody joining us. Keep your eye on the channel. We're trying to put out some new content. If we can ever be of assistance, shoot us an email. Glad to help anybody out any way that we can. Homegrown wife, 9 days out. So keep me posted. Let me know how your piglets do, how many piglets you got, and how your farrowing experience goes. I'll be excited to hear about that. So, guys, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Y'all have a good night. Thanks so much.